Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I wanted to do a little video on kind of my version of the Melt Gemini palette. Now, I saw that palette when it came out and I was really only interested in the green half of it, and I did not want to spend almost $60 to buy something that I would only use half of. So what I did instead is I looked around, found some single shadows that I had myself, as well as made a little order from Divina Cosmetics, and I kind of created my own version of the Melt palette. Now this one only has 9 shades, but to me, quite frankly, that is all that I need. So I didn't want to dupe it like exactly, but I did want to put in as many shades that were similar to the tones in the palette that I felt like I would use. Now, I actually sent a picture of this to my mom the other day, and she asked me if it was a palette that was inspired by Luna, and now looking back on it, I can totally see why, because these are all very much Luna colors. I mostly have shades from Coastal Scents, Divina Cosmetics, and there's one from NYX in it that I'm not entirely sure the shade name of, but I will put that up when we get in there. So I'm going to do some swatches, a quick little review of the shadows, because this was my first purchase from Divina and I got like 6 shadows, and spoiler alert, I'm really impressed. I've been really enjoying this ever since I got all of these shades, so I'm gonna get into swatches really quick. The first shadow that I'm going into is Oatmeal Tan from Coastal Scents, and this is like the perfect transition shade for my skin tone, and so I'm just gonna swatch it right there. There we go. And then I have Sunset from Divina Cosmetics, which is this gorgeous coppery brown. I've been really impressed with the 2 shimmer shadows I got from Divina. Like, I feel like I should have ordered more if I were actually thinking about it. I generally prefer mattes to shimmers, but dang, when I find some good shimmers, I find some good ones. Look at that gorgeous shade. Wow. The matte black is Grunge by Divina. I've been wanting to get a matte black single shadow anyway, because to me, just having a matte black single shadow means that I can just kind of pop it in to just about anything else that I would need, because to me, a matte black is just rather essential. And it is so gorgeous and pigmented. It is like using just like a charcoal on like canvas, and I am so impressed. It's also gotten all over my hand. But the next one is Dark Goldenrod from Coastal Scents, which is this kind of olive greeny gold. And I don't think that there was actually a shade like this in the Melt palette, not that I can think of, but I thought it went along really well with the other shades. Well, we're getting to that point where it's gonna be weird to show y'all. Hey. The next one is this dark matte olivey green called Thisbe, which is from Divina Cosmetics. This is what I have in kind of like the creased outer corner area of this look, which y'all will see in just a few minutes. And there is that shade. Twist the skin on my arm around so that y'all can see. The next shade is this gorgeous shimmery lime green called Martini. This is what I have in the inner corner, and this is probably, it's between this and one other shade for my favorites that I've gotten so far, because this is just like the perfect shimmery lime green for me. Turn the arm around. You can kind of see it there. I did not know that swatching eyeshadows was a test of flexibility, but here we are. The next one is a shade from NYX that I can't remember what the shade is, and they didn't write it on the back, so I'm just going to say that it is a white shade, and I'll put the actual name of it here-ish, somewhere around the general area of this screen. And it's just this really nice versatile matte white shade. I know they didn't really have any highlight shades in the original Melt palette, but to me, a matte white is just something that's very, very good to have. There we go. You can see that more. And this shade is Crixus from Divina Cosmetics. It is this really, really gorgeous, just olive green, and this is also what I have as like a transition shade going on right now. Pardon me if I'm not making a lot of eye contact with the camera, just because I'm like very focused on swatching. You can see that-ish. And then we have my other favorite shadow that I ordered from Divina, which is Courtney, which is what I have on my lid, like on the inner part of my lid. And it is this gorgeous, like not quite olive green, but like a yellow olive green. And I really love this shade because it manages to be so bright and so earth toned, and it's also kind of blending in with the lighting on my Pan Pride flag a little bit, even though like in real life it doesn't actually blend in that much. So that's cool. I'm just gonna swatch that and you can see that. And those are my awkward swatches of my DIY Melt Gemini palette. Overall, I'm really happy with how this little palette turned out because for me, it just kind of took all of the shades that I would be wearing out of that palette anyway and condensed it into something that I would wear and costs a lot less and also is supporting even smaller brands like Divina Cosmetics that I've never tried before, but now I really want to try a lot more of their shadows. I found that all of the mattes in this palette are really nice and blendable and the shimmers show up really well. In the tutorials that I did, I've used almost all of the shades. The only shade that I didn't use is this one right here, the shimmery goldy green shade from Coastal Scents. That's the only one I didn't really get into because I only did 2 looks instead of 3. But otherwise I was able to get all of the shadows done. So let me know if you've wanted to do kind of a DIY Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette. Quite frankly, I'm glad that I did this instead of buying the original one, mostly because I've heard now from people that the shades in the Gemini palette don't necessarily match up to the normal quality of Melt Cosmetics shadows. So I'm glad that I just kind of picked out my shades and did one on my own. I also know that Kelly Gooch did a video where she put a bunch of her own eyeshadows together and made her own Melt Gemini palette, so I'll put that down below. And that's all I think I can really say right now, and I just want to have the eyeshadows kind of speak for themselves, so I'm going to get into the 2 tutorials. So first I'm going to take the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, there we go, zoom it in better, and I'm going to use that to prime my eyes. Now, for my crease, I'm going to take this little guy, which is Oatmeal Tan from Coastal Scents, that's the thing. And I'm just going to take that on a little Wet n Wild crease brush and use that as my transition. So this is going to be a more natural look. And then for the outer corner shade, I'm going to take Crixus, I think it's called, from Divina Cosmetics, and I'm just going to take that, put that on the outer corner, and also blend it into the crease just a tiny bit. Then for my lid shade, I will take Sunset, also from Divina Cosmetics, that pretty goldeny brown. I'm just putting that all over my lid. And I'm going to blend out the outer corner with a little more Crixus. Then I'm going to take the Matte Black, aka Grunge by Divina, and I'm going to use that to deepen things up just a wee bit. Then I'm going to use some more of Oatmeal Tan to blend that out in the crease. And then more of Crixus in the outer corner. I'm then going to take Oatmeal Tan and just place that along my lower lash line. And then for my brow bone and my inner corner, I'm going to use this white shade. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm pretty certain it's from NYX Cosmetics. It doesn't have the name on the back. But yeah, I'm just going to place that along my brow bone. And also on the inner corner. I'm now going to take a black liner from the brand that shall not be named right now, and I'm going to use that to create a cute little winged liner look. now I'm gonna finish it off with some mascara and some lipstick. For my lipstick, I used a little mini of Chai from Bite Beauty, and this is the finished look. And for this look, I'm also going to use some Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Potioning up my eye. I need more of this too. Now for the crease on this look, I'm going to take the shade Crixus on a Wet n Wild's whatever brush this is. Crease brush, I don't know, they don't put names on it like they should. I'm also really happy with how like nice and easily blendable these shadows are. I don't know, maybe I'm just used to the olive greens in the Subculture palette that just I love, but they take forever to blend. And this is just so beautiful. And now I am going to take Thisbe, the dark green in the middle, and I'm going to put that towards the outer part of my lid and kind of blend that into the crease a little bit. I'm then going to blend it out with a bit more Crixus. And then I will be taking Courtney, which is that shade there. Oop, I just flipped y'all off, okay. And I'm going to put that on the inner part of my eyes. And I'm just going to kind of blend all of that together. I'm then going to take more of Crixus and put that along the lower lash line. I just like using the same brush as I did in the crease for my lower lash line. And then on my inner corner, I will be using the shade Martini. And then I'll take that white NYX shadow and put that on my brow bone. And now I'm going to finish it off with some mascara and lipstick. For my lipstick, I use this little Tortoise mini lip paint that I'm working on finishing up, and I think it's in Birthday Suit. And so this is the finished look. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you on my next one. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye.